Have you ever felt protected, but couldn't explain why? Like the time you were driving, lost in thought, and suddenly felt the urge to slow down just before someone ran a red light, or when you were about to send that message you knew you'd regret, and something stopped you, quietly but firmly, without a sound. That kind of protection isn't just instinct. It may be something divine. What if there are celestial guardians walking with you, watching over your heart, your choices, your peace? What if every moment you felt unseen support was actually the whisper of an angel standing beside you? There are 7 mighty archangels said to guard every part of your soul, each with a sacred purpose, each shielding a part of your life you may not even realize is under divine watch. Today, we're going to step into their presence and discover what they're protecting you from, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, even financially. Before we begin, share in the comments. Have you ever felt a moment of divine protection in your everyday life? Something that made you pause and say, that couldn't have been a coincidence? You may have already encountered one of these archangels without even knowing it. Let's find out who's been walking beside you, all along. 1. Archangel Hanal, the guardian of emotional sensitivity. Hanal is often called the angel of moonlight, soft, feminine, and deeply intuitive. She protects the emotional layers of your soul. When you're feeling everything too deeply, when other people's energy becomes too much, or when sadness hits for no reason, Hanal is near. What Hanal protects you from: emotional overload, spiritual burnout, absorbing others' toxic emotions. Real encounter. One woman shared that during a period of deep grief, she kept waking up at 2:22 a.m. Every time, she felt a soft, cooling sensation across her chest, like light itself was holding her heart. Later, she learned that Hanal often arrives during times of emotional overflow, especially under moonlight. Signs of Hanal's presence: crying for no reason, feeling suddenly called to retreat or journal, noticing the moon more than usual. Hanal doesn't take away your sensitivity, she transmutes it into strength. 2. Archangel Gabriel, the guardian of truth and communication. Gabriel is the divine messenger. When you can't find the words, when your voice trembles with fear, or when you know the truth but feel too scared to say it, Gabriel is standing with you. What Gabriel protects you from: miscommunication, fear of expressing your truth, inner doubt about your purpose. Real encounter. A woman described how, after years of silence in a toxic relationship, she finally sat down and wrote a letter she had been too afraid to say aloud. The next morning, she saw 3:33 on her phone and felt a strange peace. That same week, she found the courage to speak. She now believes Gabriel was guiding her to reclaim her voice. Signs of Gabriel's presence: sudden clarity while journaling, recurring dreams about speaking or teaching, the urge to share your story. Gabriel whispers, your voice is sacred, speak. 3. Archangel Uriel, the guardian of mental clarity and insight. Uriel is the angel of divine wisdom. When your thoughts spiral, when your path feels foggy, or when logic and intuition seem to clash, Uriel brings divine light to the mind. What Uriel protects you from: mental confusion, rash or reactive decisions, energy that manipulates your thoughts. Real encounter. A young man shared how, during a job crisis, he was overwhelmed and couldn't think straight. One night, while meditating in silence, he saw a flash of golden light and heard the words, "Clarity is coming." The next morning, the decision became obvious. He felt peace like never before. He credits Uriel for showing him what logic could not. Signs of Uriel's presence: aha moments during silence, light-based synchronicities, a sudden shift from confusion to inner knowing. Uriel doesn't give you answers. He helps you remember what your soul already knows. 4. Archangel Raphael, the guardian of healing and wholeness. Raphael is the divine physician. He brings healing to every layer of your being, body, heart, and spirit. What Raphael protects you from: energy depletion, lingering emotional wounds, blocked healing, or spiritual stagnation. Real encounter. One woman recovering from a long illness said she started feeling a green light around her chest during prayer. She didn't know why, but every time she imagined it, her pain eased. She later learned that Raphael's energy often appears as emerald green, and that healing doesn't always begin with medicine, but with light. Signs of Raphael's presence: repeating messages about rest and recovery, encounters with green light, leaves, or the name Raphael. a spontaneous urge to slow down or return to self-care. When Raphael is with you, healing becomes a holy return to wholeness. Pause for a moment. Has one of these angels already made themselves known to you? Maybe through a color, a number, a name, or a sudden emotional shift. Let us know in the comments below. Sometimes acknowledging their presence is all it takes to feel their guidance even more strongly. Let's continue inside the circle. 5. Archangel Michael, the guardian of protection and strength. Michael is the spiritual warrior. When darkness creeps in, when fear paralyzes you, or when you feel attacked spiritually or emotionally, Michael lifts his sword. What Michael protects you from: spiritual interference, fear-based illusions, energetic cords that drain your power. Real encounter. A woman walking alone at night said she suddenly felt unsafe until a fierce calm fell over her. She heard a voice inside say, "You are not alone." The fear vanished. Later, she discovered that Archangel Michael is known to step in with silent strength to dispel fear and anchor courage. Signs of Michael's presence: feeling protected in a vulnerable moment, sudden courage or decision-making power, seeing swords, blue flames, or the name Michael. Michael reminds you that you are not just loved, you are fiercely defended. Number 6. Archangel Satchiel, the guardian of abundance and justice. Satchiel walks beside those who struggle with finances, fairness, or feeling enough. He aligns you with the energy of divine provision. What Satchiel protects you from: scarcity mindsets, injustice or undervaluing, energetic blocks to receiving. Real encounter. A woman stuck in financial survival mode said she lit a candle and prayed for help. She saw 444, and 2 days later she received unexpected financial support. It wasn't just about money, it was about being seen by the universe. Signs of Satchiel's presence: a breakthrough after deep financial stress, feeling a shift in your sense of worth, opportunities flowing in once you surrender. Satchiel whispers, "You were never meant to live in lack. You were meant to flow in divine overflow." 7. Archangel Medatron, the guardian of spiritual ascension. Medatron is the keeper of sacred wisdom. He helps you navigate spiritual awakenings, timeline shifts, and deep soul activations. What Medatron protects you from: spiritual disorientation, past life confusion, stuck karmic patterns. Real encounter. A woman going through a major awakening reported repeated dreams with sacred symbols, hearing high-pitched frequencies, and waking at exactly 5:55. She felt both overwhelmed and electrified. She later learned Metatron often initiates major soul upgrades, and that what felt like chaos was actually her rising. Signs of Metatron's presence: seeing sacred geometry or light codes, sudden spiritual acceleration, feeling called to step into your higher purpose. Metatron doesn't just guide, he activates, and your entire life begins to shift. These 7 archangels are not myths or distant figures. They are divine companions, walking with you through every breakdown and breakthrough. You've met them now. They have been with you all along. Maybe you've never seen their wings, but you've felt their presence. Like the way peace suddenly returns after a restless night, or how the right words come when your heart was sure it had none left, or how your strength shows up, not before the storm, but in the middle of it. That wasn't coincidence. That was the circle of light around you, holding strong. That was protection. That was divine love, spelled out through their guidance. You don't need to call them perfectly. You don't need the right words or rituals. You just need to open your heart and say, "I'm ready," because they're already here, waiting for permission to walk closer. A soft prayer to welcome the archangels closer. Beloved archangels, I may not always feel you. I may not always hear you, but I trust that you are with me. Hanal, soothe what I cannot name. Gabriel, help me speak the truth I've silenced. Uriel, bring clarity to the chaos in my mind. Raphael, heal what still aches inside. Michael, guard me from what drains my light. Satchiel, remind me that I am worthy of more. Metatron, awaken what's been asleep in my soul. Walk with me, hold me in the unseen, guide me toward the life I was always meant to live. I say yes to divine protection. I say yes to your presence. I say yes to walking in light. And so it is. Amen. Now tell us, which of these angels do you feel closest to or most called to work with? Let your answer be your first step into something sacred, because the moment you acknowledge them is the moment their light grows louder.